My pasta with tomato soup is ready, and we'll try now. I don't know whether you can see it. I don't know whether you can see it, but it tastes actually really nice. And so good. Something warm in my stomach. So I'm happy. Eaten very well. I have washed my dishes. I have almost slipped into the water. Almost lost my toothbrush. Yeah, I brushed my teeth. I watched the moon, so there's not many days left until we have full moon. Beautiful moon, beautiful moon. It's unbelievable that there was so much rain tonight, but now the sky is, the sky is so clear that I can see the moon, so that's really beautiful. It's quite bright outside. I mean, not bright enough for the camera, but for the human eye, yeah. So I'm really happy and feeling warm and nice and getting ready for sleeping. I'm sitting in my dawn jacket and my sleeping bag here, and I'm really warm. I'm feeling really nice and cozy.
It is gonna get colder now that it's getting later into the day, and I don't really want to put something on because I know I'm gonna get sweaty right now because I'm going to start chopping some or sawing some wood, but I'm just gonna throw this on. If I get too hot, I'll take it off, but I do feel myself getting a little colder now. What is that? That wind is not joking around. So the wind is coming from that direction. My shelter is here, so that works out perfectly. As far as finding a place to set up my campfire and cooking fire, I'm going to head that way because the wind will continue to carry the scent of my food in the opposite direction of my camp. Just a couple of weeks ago, all of this was snow everywhere. Oh, it's another birch tree. Yeah, this is perfect firewood right here. So just find a spot and look at all this. It's ready for me. So I just need to make sure I find some flat ground here and then start chopping this down. Normally I bring my shovel, but I already had so much extra weight and I didn't know what the snow would be like. So I figured most of it would be gone, which is true. But this is fine. I don't really need a big fire anyways. Gonna be much better. This one was a mess.
So now let's start cooking, eh? Well, first I start with my stove. Look how tiny it is. This one to stabilize the stove, and I found the best place again because I have to cook. Like this is fine. Now I have the skillet here. Well, here I have. I have some oil. Look how small it is. To save some weight, I have salt and pepper. One side is the salt and the other side is the pepper. Then I have some utensils, and this one I have the spatula here. Remove it, and like this I have the pan. This is the spatula. Then I have this plate that I can use it both as a chopping board because it's very thick. I can remove this side like this, and this is a chopping board. You can use it as a plate and even as a bowl. And this time I'm going to try to simmer. I have a silicone cover, so I cover the pan, so everything will cook truly. So I put it here. Now the food bag, I start getting everything ready. Since today is a little bit windy, I had to bring a windscreen with me because since today I need to simmer, it will be a problem to leave the fire low like this. I should have no problem. It's really enclosed. First I will seal my beef olives. These are thin strips of meat. Inside you have minced meat, you have a hard-boiled egg, and some spices, and they look very good. Let me show you. You see how they are? And we put them inside the pan. So we start to seal them, and I have to remember, leave no trace, so these have to come with me at home. I use my knife so I cut these. The wind looks that is dying down, which is make it better so I can cook better. The beef olives are cooking nicely. Okay. Look how nice, Oh, super nice. Now I can start putting the onions in. Maybe with 2 hands will be far much better. Now I can put the wine in with the onions. Now it's time for some salt and pepper. Look how beautiful they are cooking. So now it's time to put the tomato paste. How good they are looking. The cooking, we are progressing, which is good because I'm getting hungry, and this is the best thing of being solo. And if I shut my mouth a little bit, this is why I come here. You only hear the waves, the birds, no machines, no cars, no music, no nothing. It's amazing here, I love it.
So far in Boundary Waters, I've seen moose, wolf, and then a lot of other smaller animals, otters, mink, martens, I don't know which one they are. Lots of beavers, of course, loons. I've never really felt threatened. I haven't seen a bear yet, haven't had a bear come into camp or anything like that, so that's been fortunate, but I would like to see one out here sometime. I do bring bear spray just as a, potential deterrent, but I gotta admit, I rarely have it on me out here. I have it packed away actually in my big pack, and that's probably not a great idea, especially when you're walking through these deep portages, but I don't feel as though the animals around here are that threatening. I think a bear coming into your camp to get your food is probably the most threatening thing, and even then, again, they're there for the food. They're not there to, attack you because they're bored. So anyway, maybe I'm getting a little complacent, but I don't worry about it too much. That said, when I was up in Montana in grizzly bear country, I had bear spray on me at all times. I wouldn't stand up and walk 10 feet without, having it in my pocket, because, that's just a different level. Those predators, even though they're scared of you too, if you just happen to get too close to them, or they happen to wander into your campsite, or, whatever, you might not even see them and they're on you. So I definitely take it much more serious when I'm in larger predator area, cougars as well. So those are things to consider, but yeah, as far as bear spray goes, I don't sweat it too much up here. I've thought about not even bringing it, but I continue to, just as keep it in my tent as a precautionary thing. All right, looks like I'm gonna have to portage today after all, again. I thought I might be able to make it up this one too, but yeah, this one's looking a little steep, so I'm gonna walk around it. It's a short portage, so not a big deal.
My advice for someone who wants to feel comfortable alone in the wilderness would be just to go with it. Understand that you are not fully in control at any point in time. Nature, is going to make the final decision for you, but you cannot allow that to weigh on your mind and control your feelings or put you in a position of fear or take away your confidence. You just have to make decisions based on what nature gives you and make the best choices from that decision.
This must be what heaven looks like for a beaver. One hut and all this space in the middle of nowhere. Beautiful.
So I always take my hiking poles, and sometimes I don't use them, but still like to have them. And they just give you so much support, and you adjust them to your own height. Because I've had these ones for a while, I know exactly which number to go to when you adjust them. So they've got numbers down here. But they're very good. I find them good for going downhill. My knees tend to get sore going downhill. I can go uphill all day, but just going downhill, you pop your hand up and under and hold it like that. And I'll do it on another clip so you can see me from away. But the idea is this part of your arm, when they're touching the ground, this part of your arm should be flat if you're just standing still on a flat spot. So that's how you know which height to have them at. And you can fold them down when they're not in use. You just fold them down, and you can put them on the outside of your pack. So I'll try and demonstrate how you use the hiking poles. And so your hand is just coming up and underneath. Put your thumb on top, or like that, both hands. And as you can see, this is about parallel with the ground. With your hands in the straps, if you drop them, if you slip and fall, they're going to, well, you've got more chance of holding on to them. And I will try and demonstrate here how to use them. So the thing is, you're putting the opposite leg and pole out at the same time. And if you think of cross-country skiing, that's the idea, that you are pushing, you end up pushing from behind. Great for going downhill, because as you're stepping down, if you're going down big steps, you can put them out in front of you, and sort of they can take quite a bit of your weight and can take quite a bit of the strain out of your knees, which helps me. Probably a bit too rocky here. So the bracelet I'm wearing is what's known as a road ID, and it's got my name and contact details on it. It's also got the contact details of my next of kin, so if something should happen, I've got that on my body. So I always wear that, whether I'm out cycling or hiking or kayaking, whatever I'm doing. Is just one way that if there should be some kind of an issue, that whoever finds me knows how to get in touch with other people very quickly. So tonight's dinner is going to be very simple. It is a pre-made, tortellini, some kind of a pasta thing that I just bought at the supermarket last night, just for the simplicity of it. So it's a case of simply put it in the pot and heat it for a couple of minutes. And given, oops, there's a lot actually. Oh, this will be good, keep me going for a while. Given how late it is that I got here, I'm glad I did choose this simple meal. I've also got a little bit of salad left over from today, and I'll have that on the side. I won't put the lid on because I have to stir it, so I have to go find my spork. Beauty, this way. careful here that I don't lose anything in the dark. Put my head torch on soon.
Been taking a little walk around looking for different firelight and materials. Probably the best around me, to be honest. Lots of birch and what have you. The loch's gorgeous. Gets very steep at places, but it's lovely. Lovely viewpoint. You can see how much water this is coming down that hill, guys. It's mental. Proper little hike. I was just looking for firewood, but it's all really mossy oak up here. There's a few birch, but not as many as at my camping spot, so I'm going to hike back now and just probably start gathering materials for a fire. It's starting to grey up now, so I want to make sure I've got stuff dry in case the weather does come in. And then, yeah, we can go from there. What a gorgeous place. Scotland never ceases to amaze me. Well, I thought there was only a few sticks in there, and there's quite a lot actually, so I'm really happy about that. That's really good dry material. That's just what you want when you want to get a fire going, especially when it's been damp. Birch is covered in a bark that has its own oils in it, betulin, and that preserves it and stops it rotting as quick as the other stuff and stops the water getting in, so it's a big bonus. Yeah, it's just the bigger stuff that's going to be a bit harder to find, but there'll be some stuff. Just got to try and find some dead fallen. That's a good amount of tinder here, kindling, and I'm just going to shuffle that inside just to keep dry, just in case I get a shower. I'm not going to light the fire for a little while. I also want to show you, because it's the perfect season for it now, another cool thing about birch, which is the birch sap. It's rising at the moment. So I'm going to get my knife out, I'm going to attach that to the belt. It's about time, and I'm going to get out my little mug. And I'm going to show you how you can harvest yourself a nice refreshing drink when you're out here. So I've got with me a really nice bushcraft knife. It's my custom made one, and it's stainless steel, really good bit of reliable kit, so it's not going to rust, and it's just a perfect blade. Really, really good. I love using it in environments like this. So in here, I will get my titanium mug, which I had to fashion a new handle from, a wall tie just to fix that, but we'll get that. So I'll get my titanium mug as well. That's going to come in really handy, and I'll show you how. It's gorgeous out there at the moment. Loads of alpine blueberry as well, just outside. You can probably see them there. I'll show you a bit closer. They're not ready yet, which is a shame, but I have noticed a few other little things to forage. Not edibles at this time of year, but there's one in particular as well, which is related to the birch. So I'm going to show you how to get a nice drink from birch, and then something else that might come in very, very handy.
connection to the area, which dates back tens of thousands of years. The Aboriginal name for the area is Kuparuna Nyara, if that's pronounced correctly. It means mountains of the spirit. A much nicer name than the Great Western Tiers, if you ask me. It's an absolutely gorgeous location, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting this many waterfalls around. There's a heap of mountains. On my drive in yesterday, I noticed a few of the peaks had a bit of a dusting of snow, which is quite nice to look at.
had a break in the weather. It's been nice and clear for a little while. It looks like the rain's just coming in now. So I'm gonna get ready to get a bit wet. You can see like the clouds moving pretty fast there coming out of the valley which I was in earlier. There's Ironstone Mountain. I'm pretty sure that's it anyway. So I can see a little hut over here, so I'm going to go to that hut there, which is Whiteley's hut, I believe. But I'm going to carry on down the track a little bit further, drop my pack down, climb the mountain, and then come back down, pick my pack up and carry on and try and loop onto the Higgs track. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway.
While I'm sitting around the campfire, I like to do a couple little camp crafts, keep my skills up to spec, so to speak. I've got myself a stick and I'm going to be making a tent peg. Now it sounds like a reasonably easy project, and it is, but I find it's a great way of showing people the different life skills that you can use out in the bush. Mainly the safety of using a knife. When you're using a knife, always want to grip it in a fist. No fingers on the edge of the blades. Always try and keep it in a fist. Never cut in here. Right? Never cut between your knees. You've got femoral arteries there. If you miss and you catch one of those femoral arteries, you're in big trouble. If you happen to be camping with other people, check around you. See if their knife slips. Is it going to hit anyone? We out here alone, so I'm not too concerned about that. But remember, always in a fist, always out of the triangle of death. So to start this tent peg, you can see I've got it way too long. This just makes it a bit easier to carve with. You're not working on a tiny little piece. And the first thing that we're going to do is some shear cuts and start making a point. Going round and round. You can either move the knife or you can move the wood. It's up to you. It's quite a hard piece of wood. It's going to make a good tent peg. So on a long piece, once again, I'm just going to chamfer that edge. Not really necessary on this one because it's not going in the ground. I like to do it anyway. People often ask me, should we leave the bark on or take it off? I normally leave it on. Keeps the wood greener for longer. And you want to use it, gotta make sure that it's firmly in the ground. This one in a bit. There you have it, place. Going your pot.
I will use these later on when I cook my dinner. See how it works. Time to set up the hammock.
Dinner, I'm going to be cooking one of my favorite canned foods, which is curry. And this time around I'm going to be making a mixed vegetable green curry, and that's going to go on to the hot coals, and then we're going to have it with bread. So I've prepped the ingredients for my green curry. Got some red chilies here, some chopped onions, carrots, eggplant, and potatoes. Can't wait to feast. Trust me, it smells really good. You know, when I put in the spices and when the spices hit, it's just so heavenly. I'm literally staring at the river in the moonlight. I'm letting the curry simmer in the pot on the hot coals. It's probably gonna take about 15 minutes. Really loving it out here. And the sound of the river, being surrounded by trees, the sound of crickets. You know, people always ask me, why do I camp alone? Like, June, why do you go camping alone? Don't you get bored? What do you do at camp alone? But you know what? You know, just the whole process of planning a trip, driving to the campsite, setting up camp, swimming in the river, gathering wood, assessing wood, making a fire, cooking, and all of this, it may be a bit tiring, but to me it is a form of meditation. It's a form of practicing mindfulness. You know, despite the tiredness from doing all of that by myself, at the end of it, I just feel a sense of achievement and joy and happiness, and all the tiredness just goes away, and you just feel so fulfilled, and your heart feels so full. So yeah, nothing can beat this.